gonna do for you. I'm gonna resend my tier list, then I'm gonna explain it because I think things are being taken slightly out of context. So let me just reset my list.
You can do that, but I only care about the Jugo versus KCM as far as speed.
Okay. Let me know when you've read the list.
I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, so my reasoning behind that's just KCM, that's early KCM 1 Naruto in the Raikage fight. And my position is I'm not scaling AP there. That was mainly just based off speed because I was glazing Jugo in that moment. So I do grant that, yeah, maybe Naruto might even win in a fight, but like they should be relative in speed based on how they both like perform against the Raikage. That was my position.
Do you think
is that something you
Kasame's
disagree
relative?
with? Repeat
Do you
that?
think Kasame's relative?
To who?
Jugo.
Do I think Kisame is relative to Jugo?
Speed.
Kisame kind of scales the guy a little, so he might be up there.
If that's the case, then Naruto's faster even on initial awakening.
What do you mean by Naruto's faster even? No, okay, no. So the Sameha to Kisame, okay, the Sameha to Kisame does not scale to. Can you even prove that Sameha to Kisame scales to actual Kisame? Because he doesn't have his limbs. Like, how fast is he when he's in Samehada? You can never, ever, ever quantify it. Like when he even comes out,
stronger than his base form.
What's the evidence for that? Because when he comes out of Samehada, we see he's like depleted and weakened, and he's skinny. Like he's literally malnourished.
After he's no longer fused with Samehada.
Okay, so how strong is he when fused? Because the only information we have is
stronger
that
than base.
What's your evidence for that? You've said that twice now.
The other time we see him fused with Samehada, he's massively stronger.
When that's a different fuse though. That's a Tail Beast fusion. That's like the fusion where they're actually working together.
Fusions, but that doesn't disprove the fact that when they're fused, they're stronger.
No, that's literally a fucking that's a hasty generalization fallacy. You're forming a conclusion with insufficient evidence. Hey, can I please explain what I meant by the fallacy, and then you can respond?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. The reason why you're Monorichi, you mind muting up? There's a bit of background noise. Yeah. Appreciate you. Yeah, the reason why I called out hasty generalization fallacy was because hasty generalization is when you draw a conclusion off of insufficient evidence, meaning that conclusion may not be true, right? Or likely isn't true.
Can you prove I'm saying here?
Yes, please let me finish. I was getting there. I'm saying that's the case here because the conclusion you're deriving is because we see Kisame with Samehada here, okay? We've also seen Kisame with Samehada. This must mean Kisame here is strong or is stronger than his base because when he's with Samehada, he's also stronger than his base. But I've given you a clear difference and I've said in the other instance, he's working with Samehada as well as the fusion visibly looking different, and we don't have signs of him being weaker via him being malnourished and depleted when he leaves Samehada, right? So we have this evidence that he's depleted.
Wait, hold on, because we don't see any signs here either of him being weakened.
Okay, I don't think you've tracked the distinction. I can repeat it again.
No, I've tracked what you said. You said they're different fusions because one is Samehada working with him and not one. That's not necessarily true here, and the other was because one version of him is malnourished and weaker, and we see it in the other one isn't.
No. So the two versions that here. The two versions are different based on how they look. In one instance, this is Kisame sneaking around, right? This is him being stealthy. Okay. The other instance is the combat fusion. What evidence do you have to demonstrate that this stealth fusion, okay, or I don't even know if it's a fusion. I think he's just hiding. Like, does Samehada even know he's like? I don't know. This is just Kisame hiding, being stealthy. What evidence shows he's the same as when he's in a combat state? You're not proving the connection. You're just begging the question.
You're the one claiming that this version of him wouldn't even be like even relative to his original state.
No, that's my skeptic. No, that's my skeptical conclusion. Okay, because of your lack of reasoning.
Isn't a problem for me because I've given you the reason that that the other times we have seen them fused together.
Okay, and there's clear distinctions. So I don't think
hold on, I let you finish. Let me go.
Go ahead. I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say, "Hey, I've drawn a clear distinction." When we also see Kisame
I wasn't going to say that.
X is true, and that's fine.
I wasn't going to say that.
Okay, so go ahead. You literally gonna say that, but sure. Go ahead.
I'm asking you why these two things are different when they're both fusions, and we've never seen an
They look
example of his
different.
fusions being a weaker
Argument from
state.
ignorance. That's an argument from ignorance.
A
So I've given
fallacy,
you.
fallacy. That's a
That's not a
fallacy,
fallacy.
fallacy. I
Fallacy.
don't
I'm not
care.
saying. I'm not saying
It
it's
is. You're
fallacious.
arguing
Just
because my argument is fallacious. It's wrong. So can you
no.
actually
I'm
tell me
arguing
why?
because it's. I'm arguing because it's fallacious. There's flawed reasoning. Therefore, the conclusion
Yes,
can't
you're
be
arguing
accurate.
because it's fallacious. It's wrong. Give me actual reason besides just it's a fallacy.
Oh wait, why do you think fallacies exist? They're to display
Fallacy
incorrect
is used
arguments,
to
idiot.
describe a faulty line of reasoning, but just
Okay, so if
because
you just
there is a
conceded
fallacy,
that
hold on,
your reasoning's
hold on,
faulty, then
hold
why are we
on,
still speaking
hold
about
on.
it?
You need to let me finish.
Okay, go
Just
ahead,
because
retard.
there is a fallacy within an argument doesn't make it wrong. If I say it's wrong to kick puppies because puppies don't like being kicked, that's an applied to emotion fallacy. But that doesn't make the argument invalid. Invalid.
If you wait,
That's
if
why
you,
the fallacy
it's
fallacy
wrong to
exists.
kick fallacy. It's wrong to kick puppies because puppies don't like to be kicked.
Yes, that's an applied to emotion, but that's a good reason not to kick puppies. There's a reason why the fallacy
No, that's an
exists. It's
appeal.
because
No, no,
people like you abuse
that's a
fallacies.
awful example because that goes into morality and that goes into ethics of
No,
kicking a fucking puppy.
that's not a bad
Like
example.
that's not just an appeal to emotion. That goes into ethics and the ethics behind kicking a puppy and how
No,
that's
the
just like a
argument is you shouldn't do it because of an emotional reasoning. And an emotional
no the
reasoning
argument
is a
the
form of
argument no no
fallacy.
the argument is well, you shouldn't do X because you know it causes suffering and that suffering creates this emotion. So even in your own analogy, you've missed points of reason.
That's
Like he can't even make an analogy, bro. Like what are we doing?
still Bats, 1 second.
Batman. This is an
Matt,
AB
stop
conversation.
it! Stop interrupting him, dude.
That's still my point is that's still in a appeal to emotion. On that specifically, no. Okay. Um, why who is relative? Just so I know who you're talking about. Sure, yeah. Have any judges? This is just a conversation between us. Um, there's three things that I would like to say on that. The first part would be within like how you said it. So I mean, if you misspoke here, I'll let you fix it. But you specifically said that when he gets his mental app, he's tapping into his true strength. So that would be his strength still.
Without the
Another
context. Go ahead.
another thing that I would say is you are
Shut up,
aware that as
Moyoichi.
like Naruto's like doing like the KCM and all that, like he
Yeah.
is like slowly getting more and more used to the actual power that he has, right?
That too. That's another reason why I think after he leaves the battlefield with the Raikage, he gets stronger as well. Because we see he starts to utilize other abilities, not just, hey, I can run fast. In the Raikage fight, all he did was, hey, I can run fast. When he leaves the Raikage fight, he starts exploring chakra arms, Rasen Shuriken, even a mini fucking Rasen Shuriken at one point on his fingertip. So he does all this bullshit, demonstrates this like OD level chakra control and stuff, which in the Raikage fight, I think he was still getting used to the mode.
Well, I was more talking about like so like when he does his feat against Kasame and all that, like
Yeah.
it specifically pointed out like he doesn't have the skill and all that in order to like utilize the speed and all that. So I'm asking you like at that point in time, like why is that KCM slower when the biggest difference we know is just like him just maybe like getting used to like the speed and all that.
Repeat that? I'm trying to understand.
Yeah. So when he performs his feat against Kasame, the biggest problem is that he's not used to controlling that level of speed.
Yeah.
So my problem is why isn't it this in why isn't in this scenario when Naruto performs his feat against A, why isn't that just the speed that he already had, just him more controlling it? Like
Because
what points
in
does
this,
that not be the case?
you know, it can be both. It can be him having some. I think the reason he can control it better is because he's mentally amped. I think at this point, body flicker is not something he can control, which is why when he does it against Kisame, he like gets stuck in the wall. Like he uses it on Kisame, gets stuck in the wall, indicating that he can't control it. Then it happens again. He uses body flicker against the Raikage at the very end, and I do grant body flicker may be faster than the Raikage in that instance, but I don't think he. I think for him to control it, he has to be mentally amped there, right? Because
I
he doesn't
mean,
really
if the
use body
issue is
flicker
just control, then
outside
he
of that.
has the speed.
But he can't use the speed unless he has a mental amp. Is the kind of the point I'm making. So he can't use body flicker, and it's not just speed. It's specifically body flicker. He can't use body flicker unless he's either unable to control it, gets stuck in a wall, or mentally amped, able to control it. And then he never does it
Do you
again.
have any way of showing that he can't use body flicker when he doesn't like control it?
The evidence would be from the evidence is drawn from the conditions I just like described. We have two situations, right? One, he uses it against Kisame. He's not able to control it, and the evidence for that is him getting stuck in a wall. Then the second instance is against the Raikage, and he's able to control it, but there's also another factor, and that's the fact that he's mentally amped. So I would just denounce the fact that he control it is based on him having this mental amp. Because if you take away this mental amp, logically he shouldn't be able to control it. So I think the mental amp being there kind of is evidence for that being the reason why he can now control it. Which is why when the mental
Yeah,
amp
but
goes, he doesn't really use it anymore.
yeah, but controlling something and having something are two different things. Like, are you a Dragon Ball fan by any chance?
No, no.
I'm trying to think of something. You're probably not a Dead Man Wonderland fan. Let's say you know somebody who has the power to like punch down a building, like
Mhm.
hypothetically. Now, let's say no matter what they do, they always exert that level of strength and they can't control it. That doesn't mean they don't have it. It just means that they need to learn to control the thing in order to use it like effectively. But it's still there, and that's kind of the same scenario here with Naruto. Like he can't control this speed, but it's still there.
No, I think that's where the disconnect comes. I think it's more of an. This is kind of what I said at the start, and I think this is why it might help understanding it more. When he does it against Kisame, it's not just a control thing. The lack of control is because it's implied he did it by accident. because he jumps out of he jumps into the KCM mode, right? He's like, wow, I got this new mode, and the first thing the mode grants is like obviously this new sensory capability. So he senses the room, senses that Kisame's there hiding and shit. He's like, get out, and then Kisame tries to sneak away, and then he just immediately just fucking goes and shoots over there. So it's like we don't know if he even intended on using body flicker there. Maybe he was just trying to move, but due to like a lack of chakra control, he got stuck in the wall. And I'm saying the reason why he probably can control this chakra better in the instance with the Raikage is simply because he had a mental amp, and we know mental amps affect how you control, manipulate, and output your chakra.
But you would admit that he still did it, though.
Of course, he did it, but the reason he did it is what I'm kind of arguing here. Like, obviously he did it in the series, but I'm arguing why it happened and how, right? Him doing it is the fact we both agree on, right? But like I'm arguing how and why, and that's kind of what we're discussing. I'm saying the how and why is because he was mentally amped. That's how and why. Like the mental amp contributed to him being able to control it.
I mean, you could argue that he has like absolutely no control over this, and that it's hard for him to like maintain it and all that. But that doesn't like disprove the fact that he has it, because if he didn't have it, he wouldn't be able to do it.
Dude, he can have it, but he can't. You can't. There's no way you can prove he can do it intentionally and or control it, and then you can't even prove that the one he used against Kisame is the same speed against the one against the Raikage, because there's the mental amp factor. That's basically what I'm getting at. Like I've tried to give the reasoning, but if it's like you're kind of playing around the assertion, what you're trying to say is he has it, therefore he should be able to do it. And the simple response to that is no. You can't prove the two body flickers are even the same speed. You can't even prove he can do it to the same degree because he's mentally amped here.
Why are they two different speeds?
You don't think attacks can change by output? Do you think Part 1 Naruto's Rasengan is the same as other like Hokage Naruto?
I mean, no, but those are two massively bigger points in time, and we have reasons to believe that they're different. I'm asking you why that's the case here.
The reason to believe it's different is because of just an experience change, right? Like that's it. That's literally it. Experience change. Okay, the experience is
Where's
different.
The experience here?
The experience here is him having a mental amp. Like what?
A mental amp is an experience.
That is an experience. Are we okay? You going on a roller coaster is an experience. Like what the fuck? Him having a mental amp is an experience which leads to him getting stronger. So if we know he's stronger there's no way you can say this stronger Naruto's jutsu is at the same output as a weaker Naruto's jutsu. You can't correlate the two, buddy.
Or are you not saying experience in the sense of like experience like gaining like mastery or something? You're saying experience in like the sense of like going through something?
Yeah, he's going through something and we know.
See, I thought you were going over like the experience of like getting used to something.
No. It's just he's going through something, and we know him going through it means he gets stronger. So then we can't compare this stronger Naruto to a weaker Naruto, and say that
I don't necessarily agree with the idea that mental amps make you stronger. To be honest.
So why did Sakura punch Kaguya? Sorry.
She just had that physical strength already at that point in time.
No. Why did she have this physical speed?
She was distracted by other people.
She wasn't distracted. We can argue over that right now. Let me get the scan for you.
No, let's focus on this.
Go, Monlem,
I'm
go.
telling you that I'm telling you I believe she was distracted. If you don't believe that, that's whatever. Can you give a better example?
I think that's a justified example. You can drop the claim if you don't want to argue over the example, but it's not.
No, okay, we can argue over if you want. I just wanted to stick to the main thing. But like,
No,
she was like dealing with Naruto and Sasuke and Kakashi at that point in time.
Yeah, I love speaking about this. Sakura, I'm one of the best Sakura takes. Okay, let's have a look at this instance. So, and just to remind you, the reason why this is relevant.
Can you show me the panel before this?
It's chapter 692, so you can look at the full chapter.
Can you please just post the panel before this?
I don't have the panel on hand. You know the chapter number. Please go check. Oh no, I do actually. I got you. Okay. I'm not sure if this is the one exact. It's 689, by the way. I was wrong. I think this is the one just before.
Yo, Kenrock, do you want to debate next?
Who said that?
I have no idea.
He said that shit and just left.
Oh, sure.
You said
shut
what
the fuck
chapter?
up. 689.
689.
So yeah, the reason why this is relevant, I don't want to go on like irrelevant tangents either, but I think this is important because right now I'm trying to achieve a demonstration that having a mental amp makes you stronger. And I mean, it is kind of in the word amp. Like, what do you think amp means? It means amplification. When I amplify my mic and I get closer to it, I'm increasing the sound. I'm increasing the level of my mic, right? We know chakra is just mental and physical energy. So if this mental state is increased, surely the fucking chakra will increase because that's just how it logically follows. Like, that's the literal like textbook explanation, and I have a physical explanation as well, so you can check the sakura feat. There's also other instances where Naruto gets like mentally amped in the fucking fight with Gaara in part 1. He gets the whole mental amp, refers back to Haku and Hiruzen, how he wants to protect
Pause for
everyone
1
precious to
second,
him.
please.
And then he literally
Okay,
goes
I'm good now.
relative with Gaara, summons Gamabunta, goes crazy, turns Gamabunta into Kurama. He does a bunch of crazy shit. That's a mental amp, okay? Like,
But all
come
the
on,
stuff in the Gaara fight is all stuff he theoretically could have done. He just had to push himself beyond what he's used to.
Okay, and I theoretically could run faster than Usain Bolt. I just have to train for 20 years and achieve that speed. Like, that's not an argument, bro. You're saying there's theoretical potential, therefore
No,
he could have
there's
did
a-
this
there's a
prior. That's a
difference here.
pathetic argument.
No, there's a big difference here. One is you have the capability of getting yourself to a point. The other is they had the capability, they just had to force it out of themselves. One is already there, the other isn't.
And what are you using to establish it's already there?
Because Naruto forced it out of himself. Summoning Gamabunta was already something he could do. Drawing on the Nine Tails chakra was already something he could do. This was all stuff he could have done.
It's stuff he could have done, but it's unlikely. Like, I grant it's logically possible for him to do those things. Yeah, sure. If that's what you mean by
That's
could.
all I care about.
Okay, that's pathetic because we're clearly arguing over what's more likely. So if you keep just bringing up these
No,
baseless possibilities,
then you and I are arguing two different things. Because I'm not arguing what's likely to happen. I'm arguing what could happen. What someone's physically capable of doing if
well,
they
he could have also turned into a ninja, called Master Splinter, and did a 360 nunchuck spin. Like, he could have did that as well.
None of that's something I'm capable of doing.
No, he okay. Where's the logical contradiction?
Because one is, if I were to sit there and say I could lift 100 pounds if I really push myself, versus I could punch a hole through the sun if I like get myself strong enough. One's an argument from like if you like really like take what you have and push it to its limit. The other is something that you could theoretically get yourself to at some point in time.
No, you just argued probability, dude. One's more likely, okay, because it's probably reasonable. It's probably more reasonable, and the other is a bit more unreasonable and extraordinary. So it's way less likely. You just described probability. So yes,
No,
let's go back to
probability's
let's
in
go
there,
back to
but that's not the
probability.
case
That's
here.
what we're speaking, dude. We're speaking about probability. Okay, what's more likely in the series? If we're not speaking about probability, I don't know how we're having this conversation. Because I grant that what you're saying is some random logical possibility that's not doesn't have likelihood. I'm arguing likelihood.
I'm only talking about what the characters are physically able of doing.
Okay, and I'm saying an amp is something where you increase your strength. So I'm saying they're getting stronger, right? Which is why I gave the example of Kid Naruto's Rasengan and Adult Naruto. Because Kid Naruto had the potential of making a massive, strong Rasengan that's so condensed that it could, like, I don't know, fuck up Momoshiki or, like, fuck up Delta, right? But he needs to get stronger, and we just know
He
it wasn't
also has the
likely at that point.
potential of making a Rasengan so weak it doesn't hurt anyone.
Exactly. Like, that's my
not what I'm
point.
arguing.
Okay, so arguing about what could be is stupid. We need to talk about what's more likely. I don't know what you're getting at, bro.
Yes, I see. This is the problem because I'm not arguing what could happen. I'm arguing what the characters are physically able to do at that moment if they push themselves to their max.
And I'm saying, even if you want to like qualify it like that, which I don't really agree with, I'm saying push them to the, like, I think this is a terminology thing. You're corroborating these mental amps to be pushed yourself to the max. I'm saying, dude, this is just a mental amp. They're getting stronger. And I'll even argue a third possibility where it could be both. Okay, they could be getting stronger because they're pushing themselves to their max. And we know that's how strength increases work, even IRL, right? When D1's on the fucking basketball court and his little bitch ass is running around dribbling and he's doing a fucking 360 jump shot, right? We know he's pushing himself to the max. Okay, when this fuck nigga D1 is handling with 2 balls in each hand, right? He's pushing himself to the max. He's going beyond levels, and he's increasing what he was prior capable to do. So you just saying, oh, they're pushing themselves to the max, therefore that's why they can do it. That's just a terminology thing. Like, we're just agreeing, we're just wording it differently, and that even then I've given a solution where we include both terminologies.
Because even in this, because again, I'm only talking about like what is fully capable at that moment. Like in your scenario, like they were capable of doing that. They might not have been able to do it well, but they were able to do it. Like in the scenario that you gave with Sakura, like up there, like Sakura never speed blitzes Kaguya. Like
She does.
Like
I
you
think
can
she
see she's
does.
clearly distracted by the others.
Why was she distracted when she was already away from the others? To be distracted, you have to have focus on those things, right? You
You
can't
can
be
see that she's
distracted.
focused on the panel right before.
She focuses on them, right? Gets away from them.
Yeah.
I'm asking, why do you think she's now focused on them after getting away from them? Like, obviously, she's gonna have some kind of, obviously, like, yeah, I can grant she's gonna have some kind of spatial awareness of them because she's in a fight with them, dude. Like, I do grant that. I'm not saying she completely becomes oblivious to them and she's like ignoring them in the fight on some nonchalant shit. No, she's not completely ignoring them, so she's obviously paying some attention to them. But like, if you look at the top left panel of the first Sakura scan I sent, we see Kage's Byakugan's clearly emphasized in the panel, and due to the way the scene's choreographed, we see Sakura come down as there's this emphasis on her Byakugan veins. Not only that, we also see an exclamation mark, which we know indicates surprise or awareness in the series. So my argument for Sakura scaling to Kaguya would just be, if we know Kaguya at this point is aware of Sakura, due to her hypothetically being massively above, she should be able to get out of the fucking way of the hit. But based on her not being able to do that, we could just denounce that to Sakura scaling there, right?
That ignores the fact that once again she was focused on Naruto and Sasuke. She had literally just acknowledged that Sakura's there, and she was already flying up to avoid the other two.
If she was a speed tier above Sakura, her flying up doesn't matter. Okay, if there's a spider or an ant or a turtle crawling behind me, okay, it doesn't fucking matter if I look back only fucking 10 centimeters before it gets to me. I'm able to lift my foot and step on that bitch. Based on Kaguya not being able to do that, we just know Sakura was of some comparable speed to the point where Kaguya didn't have time to react, and that's due to Sakura being that fast. Yeah.
Are you
We know
not
Kaguya
aware of
can
the concept of using someone's speed against them?
Repeat that?
Are you not aware of the concept of using someone else's speed against them?
Using someone, I just responded to that with the turtle and like spider analogy, and it's even consistent because we know Kaguya can use attacks while moving. She can like fly and create ash bones. She could literally just make a portal above her head, like to get Sakura out of her face.
Let's say
What the
theoretically
fuck?
within the situation that you've given me, because in that one you can put all your focus on that spider or that turtle. Now let's say while you're in the middle of that happening and that spider or turtle is coming after you for whatever reason, you're in the middle of a hand-to-hand fight. Like that spider does have the ability to now get onto you, regardless of the fact that you're massive.
That's kind of disanalogous because in this instance she's not in a hand-to-hand fight. Okay, she gets away from the threat of that hand-to-hand fight. Okay, because we know for Naruto and Sasuke to be direct threats, they have to be touching her. So based on her eliminating that potential in this sequence by her moving so far up to the point where Sasuke's hand's clearly not able to touch her, we know that they are not the direct threat. The direct threat happens next, and we understand that Kishimoto wants us to know this. I think there's a few implications. I've already listed them. There's simply Sakura coming in the same panel as there's a heavy emphasis on her Byakugan veins, as well as an exclamation mark. So this is Kishimoto, the author, letting us know that Kaguya is aware of Sakura.
Hold on, her veins are always there and always active.
They're not. I'll show you the next. I'll show you the time prior when we see her face. The veins aren't emphasized.
That
like this.
entire battle, up until the point where Sakura hits them, the fades are active.
This is such a non sequitur, a red
But
herring.
that's
This is
your
irrelevant.
argument. You're
You
saying it's
saying
like
no? My
merely being
argument is the
emphasized
veins
because of
plus
this
the
factor.
exclamation mark, bozo. Can you
The
track?
exclamation point just proves that she's like surprised by Sakura being there.
A surprise / awareness. You can't be surprised of something you're not aware of. So granted my
Yeah,
argument.
I mean,
Thank
I'm
you.
not disagreeing.
Okay,
that
so
she's
she
not
couldn't kill
aware
the
of it.
spider. GG. Do you have anything else?
She couldn't kill the spider.
Yeah.
Yeah, because in this situation, she was busy focusing on another fight.
Okay, you just.
And
okay.
I know you're going to say
I already
that
argued
the
that.
fight was like already gone, but she literally just removed herself from that situation just a couple of seconds beforehand.
Like I said, I could smack the shit out of you. Okay, turn around, start walking, right? And if I see a spider on the floor, I'll step on that fucking spider. That's literally what Kaguya does. Like Naruto and Sasuke are coming up to her. She doesn't even smack them, but she just says, "Okay, weave." Gets away from them, right? Then a new direct threat comes in her specific line of vision and her line of direction, and that's Sakura. And Sakura's actually announcing her present because she's like, there's a speech bubble, right? She's saying some
Yeah,
shit.
she
Like,
says,
type.
"Don't forget about me." And we're both women, which means, I mean,
Right.
she's clearly pointing out that Kaguya doesn't see her as a threat. But in your analogy, like, I wasn't a threat to you either. But in the scenario that's happening with Kaguya, Naruto and Sasuke were legitimate threats.
So Naruto and Sasuke were more, were of a higher threat, but I don't think that changes the argument. Okay, despite Naruto and Sasuke being the
Your
biggest
argument
threat, because
doesn't
hey, let
work,
me
though,
finish,
because
fuck
in your
nigga, let me
argument, I
finish,
wasn't
let me
a
finish,
threat.
fat bitch. I literally wasn't done. Don't be disrespectful. Let me finish.
I was just pointing out like why your argument didn't work.
Okay, please let me finish, and I can explain my position to you. Is that something you want to do?
Go for it.
Okay. So yes, Naruto and Sasuke are the general like fight for fight on a basis. They are the bigger threat simply because they have the potential to seal Kaguya. I grant that, sure. But what I'm saying is, despite this, okay, we know it's not in Kaguya's character to just let herself get hit by random attacks. And we know that if someone just puts themselves in her fucking way and tries to piss her off, she's just gonna deal with them, right? So her getting away from Naruto and Sasuke, they are the biggest threat, sure, but a new threat appears, and that's Sakura. So she's already away from Naruto and Sasuke. The only direct threat which is there right now is Sakura. So her letting herself get hit by Sakura's punch, which she knows would put her in the fucking back in the direction of Naruto and Sasuke, is just retarded. I'm saying I wouldn't assume that to be retarded. I'm just simply saying Sakura scales there in speed, and you're not attacking that. Oh my gosh.
I am attacking that. Your argument is predicated on the fact that within that second that she was away, she automatically just forgot that they were there.
I'm not saying she forgot that they were there. I'm saying
You
that
clearly are.
I'm saying she was away from them, so they are not of direct threat. You're not tracking, buddy. I'm gonna
she's
resend the
clearly
panel. I'm
not
gonna
away
resend the
from them if
panel.
she's still within like
No,
threatening range.
So Naruto and Sasuke are coming in from the left and right. Okay, they're coming in horizontally. She's traveling up vertically. Okay. Hello, she's traveling vertically, so she gets away from them. She's away. Sasuke's hand isn't even touching anything. Naruto's hand has some kind of like potential. Sasuke's doesn't, so they're not touching anything. Sakura then comes up, and she comes up in a fucking dangerous position, right? And she just punches on Kaguya. Simple.
Oh, multiple questions. One, because she's seen Naruto and Sasuke do crazy tricks at this point in time. So she has no way of knowing that they don't have any way to get to her at this point in time. Two, she's still within hand range of them.
What tricks? She wasn't in hand range, retard. Sorry, I didn't mean to call you retard, but bro, you are saying some dumb shit.
You can literally look at that panel. You can see that all they have to do is move their hands up to grab her dress.
That's a new argument. I'm arguing. Okay, let me send you the panels before because
you're arguing that they're not a threat.
No, you didn't go to the chapter like I told you to. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna look at the context so you realize how absurd what you just said is. Okay.
I posted the panel right before it happened. What do you mean I didn't go to the chapter?
So then you would know in this instance Naruto and Sasuke didn't have the speed to travel upwards. They had their momentum was all invested in going in traveling horizontally. So them
What
going
does
up
moving forward and reaching
isn't
up have to
feasible.
do with each other?
Because if their momentum is invested in traveling horizontally, them then changing their momentum and going upward is just an infeasible way to interpret the sequence. Okay?
You can run forward at max speed and still move your hand up.
You said what?
You can go at full speed forward and still move your hand up.
Prove that. What the fuck? Or prove it be of relative speeds by the time. Prove they can do it prior to them like falling into each other.
My point is the fact that they're still able to they still would be able to interact with her.
Wait, Sasuke can't fly. This is irrelevant. Sasuke can't fly, so he can't just randomly go up.
What does that have to do with the idea that he could just put his hand up and grab her?
Sasuke can't fly, so how can he put his hand up if his momentum?
Answer my question.
Hey, please let me finish, buddy. If he's already, you're just creating random shit now. You don't track.
No, because you're arguing that they're not a threat. I'm pointing out to you that they can still
I'm not saying that. I'm saying they're not a direct threat because it's not feasible that they can touch Kaguya. Like, what?
If they're not a direct threat, then they're not a threat.
I said they're not direct threats. Like,
then they're not a threat.
Why are you trying to put words in my mouth? Can you accept my argument? I said they're not a threat.
I'm not putting words in your mouth. I'm pointing out what your argument is stating.
My argument is they are not a direct threat. That means in this sequence... Okay, so that would be the better question to ask Ken. What does that mean? Instead of fucking just saying random shit. What that means, Ken, is in this sequence, okay, Kaguya was away from Naruto and Sasuke. So if Kaguya just... Let's imagine Sakura's not here. What would have happened is Naruto and Sasuke would have just flew into each other. They would have just collided on some like comedic relief type shit and fell down.
Prove that?
That's my interpretation based on the evidence we have.
I don't care about interpretations. I want...
Okay, then I don't care about what you have to say, retard. Like, what?
Well, I'm pointing out what could
Everything we're speaking over is interpretation. What are you talking about?
You're telling me that this would happen. I want to know why.
No, I'm telling you this is what's likely to happen based on how momentum works. Because we know Sasuke can't fly. Can you prove he can change his trajectory midair? Hello?
I mean, Naruto could create a shadow arm in order...
That's an interpretation. Congratulations for appealing to interpretation. Wasn't you just saying that we're not supposed to do that?
Your interpretation isn't likely to be the case.
You're retarded.
They're arguing that they're
You're a fucking idiot.
A direct threat to her because of this.
You're a fucking idiot.
I don't know who you're talking
Why the fuck is he speaking? Who the fuck asked him to say shit, bro? Nigga is pissing me off. Yo, back up. Don't make me cook you. Pussy ass nigga. Don't make me cook the shit out of you. Bum ass nigga. Don't make me cook the shit out of you. I don't want to do it. D1, get him out of here, bro. The fuck is this nigga speaking to? Can you let your buddy make the argument? Make the argument. Let your buddy make the argument. You stupid bitch. Who the fuck is this bum ass nigga speaking to? Bum ass boy named Batman. I'll smoke the shit out of this nigga. Who the fuck is he speaking to? He ugly as shit. I'll cook the shit out of this fuck nigga named Batman. Who the fuck are you speaking to? Dun 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 dun. I'm loving it. Looking ass boy. You ugly as shit. I'll smoke the shit out of your bitch ass. Who the fuck are you speaking to? That's right. Go on mute, pussy. The fuck you saying, bitch ass boy? Fuck is this nigga speaking to? Bitch ass nigga named Batman. Go on fucking mute. Go on mute. Go on mute. Go on mute. The fuck up.
We were talking about if Naruto and Sasuke would just collide into each other and if they were actually a direct threat or not.
Why are you interrupting our debate? Okay, can you stop interrupting our debate? Bro, Almond Milk, stop being biased. He's fucking interrupting.
Mama.
Almond, mute him.
No, bitch. I do not give a about what happens to you, bitch. Please understand.
Okay, so then it's.
I don't give a fuck. You don't seem to understand.
Oh, this nigga's getting low committed. Alright, anyway, Ken, what was you saying? Because I low committed both of these retards. Yo, Ken, what? I low committed both of them. They're fucking retarded. What'd
So
you
my
say?
basic, and I think after this we
This
should probably
debate's
move on
over.
to a different
Kinrock
point,
won.
but,
All right, shut up, Monlem, bitch. Let's go with it.
I don't think we're going to agree on this. My basic problem with the idea that they're no longer a direct threat is they still have ways in which they could interact with each other, even if you don't see that being
What ways do
possible.
they have? What ways? Name them.
Naruto has chakra arms that he could use to pull her down. They could reach up with their actual hands and pull her down. Kakashi theoretically
That
could
presupposes that presupposes he's fast enough to do that, bro. Like, show
We've
some
seen them interact
basis.
with her.
Hmm?
We've seen them interact with her.
No. What basis leads you to the conclusion that his chakra arms are fast enough to pull up and grab Kaguya? Can you demonstrate something
We've seen
towards that?
again, like, because we've seen Naruto like interact with Kaguya directly and match her in speed.
His chakra arms show that.
I'm sure.
Yeah, please.
1 second, I have to go all
Because
the
I'm
way
sure
back.
he can. I'm sure I can grant he personally maybe can react to her, but I don't think his chakra arms are that fast.
Monlem, you relative. Monlem, you relative to Ken, bro.
This is not relative. This is him. This is explaining
I'm not
things
gonna lie.
that's obvious.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie.
This
You are
guy's
relative to him. He's just. I don't know if he's strung out, but he's not as aggressive with his arguments as you. But y'all are relative, bro.
There's nothing relative, bro. It's just explaining.
I swear, bro, I'm not gonna
explaining.
lie. Bro,
It's
I'm not
explaining.
gonna
It's just
lie.
explaining obvious things. Like, I don't know why retarded niggas like you think something like
He's
that would
just
be
not
relative.
speaking up for some
It's
reason. I don't know what's going
explaining
on.
simple stuff that's pretty obvious. Like, it doesn't take a genius to know that mental amps make you stronger. I've given 3 examples of this. One, it's obvious that fucking amps is when you increase something, okay? I gave the argument that when you increase your mic, it makes you fucking louder, okay? He never addressed that. 2, I explained that chakra's mental and physical energy. So if the mental state of that is increasing, then the fucking chakra overall is increasing, because that's how chakra works. 3, I gave a part 1 example where fucking Naruto
right
gets
now.
a mental amp against Gaara, and he gets
Molem's crashing out right now.
you fucking stupid bitch. And then
I don't know where you're referring to.
I gave
Come on,
another
right now, bro.
I gave another
Come on, right
example
now.
of
Calling
fucking
somebody a
Sakura
stupid bitch
punching
when you were
Kaguya.
literally the
So I gave
retarded.
4 examples, bro. I don't know why retards can't track. 4 examples.
Ironic,
And this nigga just
ironic.
questioning bullshit and doesn't know how debates works. So I'm having to explain everything to him. Like,
Look, I
dude.
addressed all the things that you'd given.
You've been unnecessarily
you're-
prattling. I'm not gonna lie.
Literally, he's
You're-
the only
you're
one
gonna
like
think that
crashing
Ken,
out, Marky.
and I'm
He's
not
the
even
only
mad.
one crashing out, while Ken is like calm and collective, self-control.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm high as hell right now, but I swear something is not right
Like
with you.
Monlem is the most like weird, immature fucking retard in the comments.
I'm just tired of the
This shit is
retards.
crazy.
Marky, how many fucking times in chat has this pussy nigga fucking Batman pinged me? And I've got his bitch ass local muted. I don't want to hear that retard. How many times has he
Bitch, that's
pinged me
fine.
in
You
chat?
suck, bitch.
How many, bro? He's pinged me
I don't
like
cry about
a
it. You
thousand
cry about
fucking
when I
times.
look at
I'd have him
Asking me to
local.
join DC.
I'd have him local muted too. That's fine. I'm just saying, like.
Yeah, and I'm frustrated because I have the retard pinging me constantly. Then when I debate one of his
No,
friends,
bitch.
Ken,
I only
he's
pinged
trying
you
to
when
take
you
a
want
break.
to
Go
agree to
take a
debate.
smoke
No,
break.
bitch. You're not gonna misconstrue the context.
I don't smoke.
I only pinged you because
Well,
we're
I
trying
could
to get
take
you to
a
debate,
sex
and
break
you
and
wanted
fuck
to
your
debate.
bitch.
You fucking dirty bitch.
You'll take a smoke break or something.
No, nigga. Okay,
It'll
what have you
enhance
sent, Ken?
performance.
What have you sent?
I sent the scan of Naruto able to match Kaguya's vacuum fist with her with his chakra arms.
Yeah, Kage gets stronger after this.
Yeah, you do realize that this is the same move that was supposed to be able to like throw like 1,000 punches a second, right?
Excuse me. I made it. Did you? I said Kage gets stronger after this.
Yeah, I'm fully aware, but this Jutsu is clearly faster than her base combat speed. So can you show like her base bats got greater than the ability to throw 1,000 punches a second?
Where's the scan? Mother just gained
know the
more
one that
power.
says that, like-
Mother just, excuse me, Ken. Mother just gained more power. Her might and speed are now exponentially greater.
Yes, I'm fully aware of that.
Okay, so if we
Again,
know
but
she's
how
gotten
does that
if we
prove
know
that she
if
can now-
can I finish, Ken? Can I finish, Ken? I'm gonna
I'm
send the scan.
responding
I'm
to
gonna
the
no.
evidence.
I need to establish the point first because you don't
Yeah,
you
no,
don't like
I know
you
your
don't,
point because she
no
got
no
stronger.
you don't
and that
know the
would
point.
invalidate
You don't know
what
the
I'm
point.
saying.
You don't know the point because you're trying to burden shift. Okay, so let me just run it back. the reason we're here now, okay, is because you're saying, well, Naruto could have, or it's likely he could have just moved upwards, right? Which is why he's still a threat. I'm saying I don't think that's likely because I don't think he had the physical. I don't think his chakra arms scaled in speed to Kaguya's actual movement. You're then sending me a
Show me where
scan.
Kaguya's
You're
base
then
combat speed
I
is
wasn't done.
faster than
I wasn't
Antagonist.
done. I wasn't done. You're then sending me. Yeah, thanks. You're then sending me a scan where Naruto's chakra arms are matching Kaguya's chakra arms, which, by the way, you haven't even proved that these chakra arms of Kaguya scale over Kaguya's actual speed. Then I'm saying, well, Kaguya gets stronger anyway, so there's no way you could backscale the Naruto feat to this new Kaguya because she's stronger.
There's nothing that shows that Kaguya's base combat speed can throw 1,000 punches a second.
That's an argument from
And
ignorance.
hold on, I
That's-
let you finish. Let me finish.
No, but that's an argument from ignorance, dude.
That's just a fallacy. So
That's not a fallacy.
yes,
Your
it
reasoning's
is.
your reasoning's
Because
inflation.
it is an argument with.
Monlem.
You are saying because it is an argument with no evidence that makes it wrong because that is a fallacy. I'm saying no because the lack of evidence is the evidence within this scenario. Now, can you show me a situation where Kaguya can throw 1,000 punches a second in her greater state, let alone before she got stronger?
Okay, that's not my burden. You just burden shift. You just burden
No,
shifted. You said
that
shut
is
up,
your
shut the
counter
fuck
to
up.
what
Shut
that is
no.
your
See,
counter to
that's
what
not what
I'm
we're gonna
saying.
do. I'm not gonna let you finish, and then when it's my turn to respond, you're gonna just start speaking. You're gonna stay
I let you
fucking
finish. You're not
quiet.
responding to
You're
my
gonna stay
question.
quiet when I'm responding. You're trying to burden shift. You're trying to flip a burden on me. Okay, I don't have the burden to answer that fucking question. Okay, it's not my burden to
And
answer
you
that
don't
question.
have
My
any
burden.
reason to
My
say
hey,
that
excuse
Naruto
me.
isn't relative.
Excuse me. Yeah, my reason is that you haven't substantiated the point. The reason why you haven't substantiated the point is because, like I said, you have an argument which is fallacious. Your reasoning is flawed. That's what a fallacy is. You keep saying fallacy. No, I'm not saying fallacy. I'm not committing a fallacy. I'm not saying because there's a fallacy there that means it's wrong. I'm saying because there's
You
a
haven't
fallacy
seen the
there,
reason
we know there's a
behind it.
stop it, retard. I'm saying because we know there's a fallacy there, there's a flaw in the reasoning, and if there's a flaw
Yes,
in the
that
reasoning,
is the
then
fallacy.
the clue.
You haven't
Stop it.
given
Then
the
if there's a
reasoning.
flaw, I'm giving the reasoning right now, and you're speaking. Stay quiet. Okay, I'm saying
not even answering
what you're
the
doing.
first
Oh my
question I
gosh,
gave you.
You're trying to the question's a burden flip, so no, I won't answer it.
It's not a
I'm
burden
saying,
flip.
I'm
You
saying,
said
I'm
that it
saying,
can't be the
okay,
case
buddy.
because of
I'm
this.
saying, I'm saying, you fucking fat mutt. I'm saying, you stupid fucking bitch, you
Okay,
hideous
I
pussy
have
nigga.
been
Who the fuck you
very,
speak to? Bum
very
ass
nice
nigga
to
named
you.
Ken. I don't know why this nigga's trying to speak
Yeah,
like this, bro.
Monlem,
Shut
bro.
the fuck
You're a
up.
bitch
Shut the
for
fuck
doing
up.
this,
Stay
bro.
quiet.
Dude, I have
Okay,
been very
I'm
nice to
saying,
you.
doing this, bro.
I'm saying,
He's
okay,
been
buddy.
I've asked
I'm
you a
saying,
simple question.
okay, buddy.
Please let me answer.
Okay, buddy. I'm
He's been
saying,
respectful to you the whole time,
okay,
and he
buddy.
just
Okay,
decides
bro.
to be
Okay.
like
No, he hasn't
like
been
an asshole
respectful. He's
right now, bro.
literally
Just let him
cutting me off.
finish. Why are
He's
you
cutting
just
me off. Nope.
crying
That's
You're
not
not answering my
respectful. That's not
question.
Let him finish.
respectful. No. That's not respectful. Okay, idiot. Cutting
not
someone off
answering
when
my
they're
question.
cutting someone
That's
off.
the problem.
Okay, I'm trying to, and you keep speaking. Shut the fuck up.
No, you're talking about other
Shut the
stuff.
fuck up. Like I'm not. I'm responding to your point. Just because I'm not responding the way you want me to, that's why you're pissed. Okay, you're trying to
No, it's
guide
not
me
that you're not
into this
responding the way
fucking
I
this
want
burden
I
shift,
want you to
which just
tell
isn't my
me
burden.
why
You're
you know that
retarded. You don't
Kaguya is
debate.
faster than the ability to throw 1,000 punches a second.
That's not my burden, idiot. It's your burden to prove
the
those
one making the
1,000
claim.
punches a second is faster than Kaguya anyway. You have nothing for that. It's your burden. Your reasoning's insufficient, dude. Your conclusion doesn't follow the premise. That's why your argument's wrong.
There is no evidence to suggest that she is. That is my reason.
That's an argument from ignorance. That's flawed reasoning. That doesn't make it true.
That's a fallacy.
Just no, that's not a fallacy. That's you just being wrong because you're arguing something. You're asserting a conclusion due to the lack of evidence. Huh?
You're arguing because there is a lack of evidence that makes it wrong. But that doesn't necessarily make it wrong. The lack of evidence.
No, I'm not saying because there's a lack of evidence it makes it wrong. I'm saying you're concluding due to there being a lack of evidence it must be true. That's what you're doing. I'm being skeptical to your position.
It is wrong because of it.
No, I'm not. I'm not even taking a start. I'm just saying what you're saying here isn't the conclusion doesn't follow from your premise. That's all I've said.
My conclusion stands if you're not questioning it.
That's what I just did. I just questioned it.
Then you have a stance.
Yes, it's an agnostic one. Hello? That's a question. Yes.
Agnosis doesn't mean you don't have a stance. If you have a stance,
I said I have
you
a
are
stance. It's an
flat out
agnostic
saying
one.
what-
Hello? Can you track?
Okay, then you are still saying that I am wrong based off of fallacy.
I'm saying what you've presented isn't justified to be true.
Because it is a fallacy.
Because it's fallacious reasoning, not just the name fallacy. No, it's the reasoning's fallacious.
Fallacious reasoning is the fallacy.
Okay, so then a name fallacy, a fallacy is retarded. Show me, define that. Like, I don't know why you think that's some, like, kind of debunk to fallacies is
when
retarded.
you argue that an argument or reasoning is fallacious because the reasoning itself is fallacious.
Yeah, send it. The fuck?
I'm not good. There.
Yeah, retard. Okay, a fallacy is the claim that an argument is wrong because it contains a logical fallacy. Okay, I'm saying excuse me. I'm using the logical fallacy to demonstrate why your conclusion doesn't follow your premise. So I'm not even saying that your argument's wrong because it has a fallacy. I'm saying your argument's wrong because the conclusion doesn't follow the premise, and that's consistent because it contains a fallacy. I'm using the fallacy as consistency. That is what I said, but you kept just interrupting. Yeah.
No, you said that my reasoning was wrong because it was an argument.
I said that your conclusion doesn't follow your premise, and that's why your reasoning's incorrect.
That's not what you said.
That is what I said. I made that very clear, but you kept trying to interrupt me, and you couldn't track. Hello? Track, please. So are you going to track the argument, or are you going to keep rambling? Which one are you going to do? You choose. I'm down for whatever. Hello, are you going to track the argument, or are you going to keep rambling?
Are you going to let me finish talking?
Are you going to respond? No, just respond to the argument.
You got to let me finish talking. I am responding.
That'll be a surprise, because you haven't been able to do that for the past 10 minutes, Ken Rock, have you? Have you been able to do that? The answer is no, you haven't. Okay? You've been trying to do this loud mic rhetoric. You've been trying to get louder than me, okay? And it hasn't worked, okay? You're a good kid. Stay quiet. Try and take turns. Alright? It's simple. Yeah, we can take turns, but you're not gonna speak over me. I don't know why you think something like that is gonna work. It's just not gonna work. I don't know why you try to employ those tactics. I don't know why you would do something like that.
So I'm gonna local mute you for a second.
You're gonna local mute me, but I'm just gonna speak.
Let you talk. Again, my reasoning does follow because my reasoning was Kaguya is slower than her base attack. Not her base attack, her vacuum fist attack, because there is nothing to show that she is faster than it. I didn't ask you for an example or reasoning to why she would be, or anything that would give it, and your reasoning has just been, well, you don't have a reasoning to why she wouldn't be, therefore she is. That has been your point. You are unlocal muted now. I gave you the reasoning just now why it would follow.
Hello?
You hear me?
Yeah, you halted the dialect as soon as you local muted me, so debate's over. GG.
You had already broken the dialectic when you refused to let me talk.
Okay.
No, I granted you time to speak, but it was still my it was still my time to speak at that point. Because when I was making my argument over the Kaguya thing and Naruto comparison with the hands,
no, it wasn't, bitch. No, it wasn't, bitch. No, it wasn't, bitch. You kept talking over him.
And I had Batman local muted.
No. You kept talking over him. It's recorded as well. You kept talking over him, interrupting him, whatever, etc. You fucking talked for like 10 minutes fucking straight, and then every time Ken tried to respond, you would immediately cut him off and say all this bullshit, whatever, blah, blah. That's not true. I don't care if you can't hear me. I'm just saying this for the sake of the recording. I mean, that's not fucking true. You get that's the thing about Monlem. He's so fucking delusional. He'll literally make claims of what's occurring, but the recording is showing the exact fucking opposite. He's so fucking
Okay, go ahead,
retarded.
Monlem. Say something.
He's so.
Whoever,
If we both agree that the other person broke the
anybody
dialectic,
above
I don't
room
see a
temperature
point in
IQ will know when they see or hear the recording. You know,
Like literally, Marky, literally. Like, bro, he did this shit in the other recording. He did the same shit in the other recording. He's like, oh, my bad, you did this. And it's like, no, it's like, what actually happened was this, and it's literally in the recording.
Y'all want to go back to the debate? For real, though, the last thing you said,
my
Ken, you were
God.
denying that he said some extra shit.
Bro,
he realistically thinks I broke the dialectic. Realistically, he broke that thing like during the Kaguya stuff.
I'm saying though, like the last thing, the actual.
No, I didn't.
Yes,
Because
you
was
did. Yes, you did,
interrupting
you
me.
dirty bitch. No, you were interrupting him
Okay,
over
Batman
and
can
over
go
and
on
over
mute.
and over.
Before- I
Yeah,
don't need to
that's
hear
what I
this
fucking thought, you
this
dirty ass
hideous
bitch.
ass
Yeah,
nigga.
cry more,
Yeah,
bitch.
go ahead, Ken.
Move
So,
your axe.
I mean, I can
You
retract.
asked me a question.
I can
about
retract and
Kaguya.
ignore the
I
fact
was
that.
giving
Hold
you
on,
a
Ken.
reasoning, and when
Hold
I
on,
asked you why
Ken.
that wasn't
Excuse
true,
me.
you refused to
Hello?
answer it.
Hello, Ken. So yeah, I was saying I can ignore the fact that you broke the dialectical structure, okay, and I actually called that out. And I'll allow you to make an argument, but please, when I'm making my point,
What
when
were
I'm
you saying, Marky? Sorry about that.
when I'm making my point, do not cut me off and interrupt me and just try and dive me into this direction of answering and responding the way you want me to. Okay?
The same applies to you, Monlem. The same applies to you. It's not a one-way road, you dumb bitch. The same exact shit applies to you, you fat dumb bitch.
Because you have a louder mic. Listen, because you have a louder mic, why
Literally.
wouldn't you give him free reign to talk then?
Exactly.
Wait, who has the louder mic?
Him, Monlem. I've been told you this,
Monlem,
Ken.
you
Like
never listen
that's why when you guys
to
talk at the
every
same
single time
time, he's just gonna be
just
heard
putting
over you in the fucking recording. And I told you to not be doing that either. But God forbid I fucking say something, nobody fucking listens. Or next thing you know, I was getting permed like fucking a couple moments ago. So like you guys have to take turns. You cannot talk at the same fucking time.
Well, you
Just
both,
go
hold
through
on,
the
it's just,
recording and try it
not
out.
gonna lie, you've been doing the same thing. It's just that
Yes.
you have a louder mic, but you've
Exactly.
done the same thing. Like you,
Sorry, Bax. I had asked who you were talking to.
you've done the
and I
exact
didn't
same thing,
answer.
except you.
But
worded
I
it
tagged you in
differently.
main chat like several times too, telling you things, bro. But like I don't know. Whatever.
I haven't been paying attention.
Position is that you both
That's
did
not
the
why
same
I
thing,
like-
except he doesn't have interrupting each other.
But regardless, instead of like doing all this red herring bullshit, like the mental amp was like kind of relevant, I guess, for certain things. But either way, like all this other bullshit, foul, whatever. Can you guys get back to fucking Naruto of Jugo and KCM Naruto with the speech?
You ever thought
Like,
about that?
I don't understand why we're getting all over the place and just going from one topic to the next to the next to the next. That just keeps fucking diverting from the other fucking debate at hand. Like this is fucking retarded.
Nothing, idiot. Nothing. Say anything.
Well done.
You can't track.
What rule-
Apparently, you can't track.
Wait, why is you speaking so low to the point where you can't be heard? Me, a tracking issue.
Oh my
That's
god!
not how
Shut
tracking issues
up,
work.
bro. This
I
is not.
did
It's
debate,
not
you're supposed to
relevant.
repeat things, dude.
The fact that nigga that
Like, what the
muted-
fuck?
Yeah,
He
literally,
doesn't heard his-
literally, Ashra, literally, bro. Do the
Everyone
whole
else
fucking
can hear me
recording,
just fine.
Marky,
Just
like
fine.
Marky, hold up. Do the whole recording, 100%. Literally, he was
Everybody heard him,
cutting
bro.
Monlem,
He
and
just
Ken was
fucking
not cutting him
stupid.
off the whole time. Monlem was cutting Ken off consistently,
Just
and
go
Ken
through
was
the
waiting
recording.
patient
Batman, just
the
go
whole
through the recording.
fucking
Go
time.
through the
How is it a
recording.
tracking
He's
issue?
fucking
You would need
delusional.
clarification if you knew what the fuck you were talking about.
Holy shit.
You would need clarification if. Look. You would need clarification if.
To literally further understand something to ensure you're not addressing the wrong thing. That's just making sure you guys are understanding
not in
each
this
other.
context. Not in this context.
Yes, in this context, I said repeat that.
All right, I'm gonna. Hey, we.
At least you said
all right,
repeat that. What do you
no,
mean?
no, we don't need to debate the retard in this bullshit either. Again, can we get to the debate at hand? Naruto
I'm asking for
and fucking
clarification because
Jugo.
all I heard was rumble jumble.
Nobody cares.
Like,
It's recorded. It's recorded.
I heard
it's
something,
recorded,
but I didn't
it's
really.
recorded.
I can't really
Nobody cares.
Hey,
It's
can I-
recorded.
can I-
Transparency
Marky,
will be
you're-
done.
Marky, you know
once
exactly
you
what
guys
you're doing right
analyze
now.
it.
Is what you were
Nobody
saying I was doing
cares.
earlier.
Alvin, moderate
He's
this
saying,
shit.
he's cutting
Holy
me off
fuck.
right now.
Actually,
and
he's
he's
not here.
saying
Hang
that's
on.
the same thing I did earlier. It's crazy. Okay, so when you ask me a question, why do you just like cut me off, buddy? All I asked for was for clarification. I went quiet, and you said, "Is that a tracking issue?" Being disrespectful. Like, this is all you guys do, bro. You say disrespectful. Like, I know why D1 feels this way. You guys say disrespectful.
Don't bring D1 into this,
Hello?
bro.
You
You're
guys say
retarded.
disrespectful
It
shit?
false equivalences.
Right, and then when I
Your
respond,
experience is not the
you have
same
a
as fucking
tracking.
D1. Shut up. Anyway,
is so shit. It's sad. Ken was being respectful. He's still.
okay.
Ken is retarded and he lost.
All right,
Ashura, we can discuss.
Is it going? Hey, Ken, are you guys gonna continue it or is it done? Because I'm about to stop the recording. None of this is relevant.
Alright,
You niggas are dick riders, bro. Ashura.
Let me low commute because I can't hear all these fucking retards talking. What'd you say, Ken? Go ahead.
It's over. He believes I broke the dialectic, and he believes I broke it.
Oh, okay. All right, that's fine. Yeah, it's recorded. He's retarded. Anyways, all right. I'm stopping the recording.